At school, Jack was at the bottom of the social ladder, but somehow, the most beautiful girl in school had a crush on only him. Mary thought Jack didn't understand Russian, so every day she whispered sweet things to him in Russian, including confessions, teasing, and affectionate remarks. What she didn't know was that Jack had actually taught himself Russian back in elementary school just so he could play with a Russian girl who lived next door. He could understand most of what Mary said, but to spare her embarrassment, he always pretended not to understand. Jack would compliment Mary and call her cute. Mary, acting innocent, would claim she had just called him ugly. Mary was half Japanese and half Russian. She was a top student and great at sports. Every guy in school adored her. Whenever she walked through campus, all eyes were on her, but her cold and distant personality made her hard to approach. Even the most popular boys were turned away. Yet when it came to Jack, a shy anime-loving nerd, Mary treated him differently. She greeted him every morning, even if he was just slumped over his desk. "Good morning," she would say gently. Then she would ask if he stayed up late watching anime again. Only then would Jack respond. Mary could tell just by looking at him that he hadn't slept much. She knew he'd be dozing off in class again. As a member of the student council, Mary couldn't tolerate rule breaking. But Jack said the anime ended at 1 a.m. and he spent the next 2 hours on the phone with a friend discussing the story. Mary sighed. Jack yawned. She said in Russian that he was really cute. Jack froze mid-yawn. Did he just hear that right? He looked at her in surprise and asked what she said. She replied that she said his yawning face was ugly. Then class began, but Jack forgot his textbook. He had to drag his desk over to Mary's and share hers. As the teacher spoke, Jack began to nod off. Mary poked him in the side with her pen. The teacher wrote a problem on the board and, seeing Jack stretch, thought he wanted to answer. Jack stood up, completely lost. Mary pointed to the page in the textbook. Jack confidently gave an answer, but the teacher said it was incorrect. The teacher then asked Mary to respond. She gave the right answer. Jack was shocked. He thought she had shown him the answer, but she had only pointed to where they were in the lesson. He felt like she had played a prank on him. Before he could stay mad, Mary said in Russian again that he was adorable. Jack tried to play it cool and asked what she said. Mary said she had called him a dummy, but Jack had heard her clearly. He understood Russian, but he didn't dare tell her. If she found out, she would definitely be embarrassed. He decided to keep it a secret. After class, Jack pulled out his phone to play a game. There were only 10 minutes left before the free gacha event ended. His luck was incredible. He pulled an SSR character on the first try. Mary saw how excited he was and grabbed his phone. What she saw made her jealous. It was a female character wearing almost nothing. She sat down beside him and muttered in Russian that she had silver hair too. She accused him of being unfaithful. Jack played dumb and asked what she said. Mary replied that she had said he was a game addict. Jack thought that was kind of harsh. Later, Jack went to the cafeteria with his friends. Suddenly, the place buzzed with excitement. He turned and saw why. The 3 most stunning girls from the student council had arrived, including Mary and her older sister. They had come late, and there were no seats left. Jenny walked up to Jack and asked if she could sit next to him. He didn't refuse. Mary saw this and became furious. She had wanted that seat. Then she noticed that Jenny had ordered the exact same food as Jack. Jenny kept chatting with Jack and seemed really happy. Mary couldn't hold it in anymore. She asked if Jack and Jenny were close. Jenny explained that they had known each other since kindergarten and always attended the same school. Jack's 2 friends decided to leave. They felt awkward with everyone staring at their table. Now only Jack and Jenny remained. Jenny moved her chair a little closer and asked if Jack had thought about her offer. She had invited him to join the student council. He used to be the vice president, and she believed he was talented. Mary couldn't believe what she was hearing. She had no idea Jack had ever been vice president. Jenny explained that back in middle school, running